Hello, English 11 students, and welcome to the video for Quarter 3, Week 2, Day 1. This video is designed for those students who were absent during our live Zoom class. As a reminder, everything you say, do, or type is recorded, so please remember to keep it school appropriate, and there's no saving, downloading, or taking pictures of our lesson or class ever. Our agenda for today. We're going to work on the Week 2 notebook time assignment, which builds off of last week's See, Think, Wonder, Connect lesson. And as a special bonus, these students turned in their Take Care of Me list on time and have earned a grade boost. So congratulations to these students. All right, in order to get started with today's lesson, you'll need to go to the homepage for our class, click this week's dates, and open the Week 2 notebook time assignment. All right, when you take a look at the assignment itself, it says view the material in the See, Think, Wonder, Connect box. Then respond to all of the focus questions in the My Response box. This is going to be a little bit difficult, so I want to show you how to do each part, okay? You're going to be looking at a visual text, which is a picture, and you're going to read a short written text, a poem called London by William Blake, and it also has some analysis. As you do that, you're going to be answering these questions. You'll notice that each of the 4 questions has a part A and a part B. What do you see, A, in the visual text? And then over here it says answer number 1A, right? That's where you would put that answer. What do you see in the short text, right? The poem that would go here in the 1B section. Let's take a look at this one part at a time. When you click on the link for visual text, right, it'll open this picture, and you may want to look at the picture within the one, clicking on the link because this is a little bit small on your screen. But take 10 minutes, look at the picture, and then you're going to answer just the visual text questions, right? So what do you see, right? Answer 1A. What do you think about what you see in the visual text? Answer 2A. For question number 3, it says, what do you wonder? Select either the visual or the short text to respond to, right? You only have to pick one or the other. I would suggest you just go with whichever one is easier for you, right? If you want to, you can skip this one and come back to it later. And then number 4, what connections can you make to the visual text, right? And the answer would go next to 4A. So at this time, please pause the video here, take about 10 minutes and answer those questions. Okay, once you've done that, right, if you click on the next item, which is the short written text, it's a poem called London by William Blake. Okay, the poem is on the left-hand side, and I'll read it with you just in a second. And then you'll notice on the right-hand side, there's analysis where people or one person in particular, kind of broke down what do each of these lines mean. And you can read through that yourselves. If you take a look at the poem itself with me, excuse me. It says, I wander through each chartered street near, I wander through each chartered street near where the chartered Thames does flow, and mark in every face I meet marks of weakness, marks of woe. In every cry of every man, in every infant's cry of fear, in every voice, in every ban, the mind-forged manacles I hear. How the chimney sweepers cry, every blackening church appalls, and the hapless soldier's sigh runs in blood down palace walls. But most through night's streets I hear how the youthful harlot's curse blasts the newborn infant's tear and blights with plagues the marriage hearse. By William Blake. So you would do the same thing, right? After listening to that poem or after reading the poem, right? Question number 1, what do you see, right? In your mind's eye, what do you see in that text? You would put your answer next to 1B. What do you think about when you read that poem, right? Answer 2B. If you skip number 3, right, about what you wonder, right, you could answer that question now next to where it says answer 3. And then what connections can you make between this poem and maybe another poem you read before, or a story you've heard, or something that's happened to you in your real life, etc. If you get lost with the See, Think, Wonder questions, you could always click on the See, Think, Wonder Connect Review, right? These were those, remember last week, every time we did See questions, you had 3 options. The Think questions, you had 3 options. So those are there for you, hyperlinked within the document, just in case you need them. Okay, so at this time, please pause the video, take about 10 minutes, and complete the focus questions B, right? 1B, 2B, number 3, and 4B. Okay. The next part of the assignment we did in 2 different groups, right? Since you're doing this at home, you can just do this individually, or you can attend student support hours and Miss Deal and I will help you. But basically, you pick one of these 3 sets of questions to answer. It says students select a group to work in based on the questions given below. Students will work in small breakout groups, answering the questions generally at first, and then supporting their answers with examples from their lives, your observations, or other texts that you've read. Okay, so the main question is always here in bold, and then underneath you would give a generic answer and then a specific answer. So for example, what's the worst part about someone having power over you? What's the best part about having power over someone else? Right? So maybe your general answer might be, feeling like you don't get to make your own decisions might be a general answer. And then specific example, I could talk about a time when, my parents told me that I had an option to go one place or another, but that wasn't actually true, right? They actually were going to determine for me, and how that didn't feel good, right? So again, always the rhythm of this part of the assignment, right, is a generic answer first, and then some kind of specific example, either from your life, something you've seen happen to other people. And that can be stuff you saw happen to other people that are real, or stuff you saw happen to other people or characters in like a story or something. And then what other texts have you read where this has come up? So again, you're going to pick either the group 1 questions and answer those, or the group 2 questions and answer those. Okay, just very quickly reviewing those questions. For group 1, what's the worst part about someone having power over you? What's the best part about having power over someone else? Number 2, what would it look like for one person to oppress another person? What has to happen? How can oppression be stopped? And then number 3, do humans crave conflict? Defend your stance with your examples. Okay. Group 2, if you choose those questions, are what does power look like? And how do you know if someone has power over you? What drives one to oppress another? And how does a person know if they are having conflict? What are the signs? Okay. So once you have answered those questions, please make sure that you turn in your work for the day. That's due before 3 p.m. on Wednesday. If you have questions, I'll be available for student support from 2:45 to 3:15. Ms. Deal will also be available using her student support Zoom link. I have the Wednesday check-in crossed out because this week we have a different schedule, right? Monday is an A day, Tuesday and Wednesday are B days, and Thursday is an A day, and there are no classes on Friday. So if you have any questions, please let me know as soon as possible. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in class soon.